What is good, y'all? It's your boy Victor Allen Weeks here, and it's another garden update. Oh snap, another garden update. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take y'all to the garden, or the two areas that I have growing right now, and we'll talk a little bit more about each one as we dive in. All right, so we're here back in the aquarium. You know, like I said, I told y'all I turned my old 20-gallon aquarium into a gardening planting area. And so yeah, we have Brussels sprouts over here on the right, broccoli on the left. It's so interesting because they look so similar, but you know, they'll turn into different things. It's interesting also thinking about how their cotyledons look very similar as well, and the cotyledons are the very first leaves that they created. So that would be, trying to get the focus, so that would be one of the cotyledons for the Brussels sprouts. And then that's a cotyledon, or yeah, that's a better look at it. That's a cotyledon for the broccoli. So yeah, they're growing. It's interesting comparing their growth over here, having a lot more sun, and not having as much like things falling into like, you know, like ground cover. You know, every now and then a few like other seeds fall into it, just like because wind blows stuff. But yeah, other than that, they're looking fairly healthy. I haven't seen too much damage from insects chewing them up. Yeah, it's interesting seeing these little black flies fly around them and just like all over in the soil. Maybe they're the guardians, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, so like I said, these seem to be doing fairly well. You know, like I said, it's my first time growing broccoli and Brussels sprouts, so yeah, we'll keep you updated on this one. And we're over here now. So yes, this is looking fairly interesting and not as great as I would like it to, but you know, it's a part of the learning growing process. So I ended up having to trim this this bush tree down. I forgot what the species was, but I have a few of those plants in my yard, and they kind of grow like weeds, so there was nothing to just trim it back. And I've actually started to see a little bit of new growth since I've trimmed it, but we'll worry about that later. So over here, as y'all know, as I briefed y'all, I planted beans in the back, garden beans, planted some eggplant along this line. Haven't seen any eggplant. I saw some cotyledons spring up, but they all died down, so I'm kind of sad about that. I'm pretty sure these are not the eggplants. I think that's one of the cotyledons maybe, but yeah, other than that, I'm really not sure, yo, because they're growing in the rows that I planted them in, but they seem to be growing like weeds. You know, they're coming up in other areas of my garden as well, and I'm not too confident about those. Then over here we have where I planted, oof, excuse me, there are bugs in my face, cauliflower. So yes, so you know, these haven't grown too much, and one thing that I want to point out is this leaf cover came up quite a bit, so now this area is very shaded. Before the leaves all came in, this was getting a lot more sun, but that's not the case now. Yeah, have some bunching onions growing along here. You know, there are a few little sprigs coming up. They could be doing a lot better, but this is a learning process. We're growing together, right? Over here, the zucchini is doing fairly well. Like, I haven't seen many issues as far as like pests eating the leaves or anything. Like, these plants look strong, healthy, and I think because they get this little strip of like good sunlight every now and then. But yeah, they're doing well. And if we move over here to where I had some spinach ain't doing too well. I actually had deer in my garden. That's where you see these parts dug out right here and over there as well. They was over here messing in my garden. So yeah, those can be a nuisance, but you know, they haven't caused me too much damage. But yeah, the spinach is right here is one. There's another one. There's another one right here. So they could be doing better as well. As you can see, these beans over here, like, insects love chewing these bean leaves. I'm not sure if they're just like sweet to them or whatever, but like, every time beans came up, like their leaves just got chewed up. So yeah. So one project that I'm working on, I found these cinder blocks just like around, and so one project that I'm working on is to set this up as a raised bed, and it's going to be over here in like this area where I get a little more sunlight throughout the day, because back here in the yard it gets too shaded. So I want to try to keep it a little closer to the house and in the area that gets more light, so you know my vegetables can have a stronger chance at producing, growing, and also so there's less debris falling on my plants. So yeah, I'll probably set up hopefully like a drip irrigation system or something like that to help keep it watered and hydrated, because it will dry out if it's in direct sunlight a little bit. It will dry out faster if it's in direct sunlight. So you know, just trying to do some preventative measures and increase the sustainability. So yeah. And yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Hope y'all enjoyed something. If you have any questions, please leave them below. If you have any comments or advice, please leave that below as well, because like I said, we're growing together. This is just to take more of a stance in terms of food sovereignty and just like a sustainable lifestyle. So yeah, hope y'all are doing well throughout this COVID-19 pandemic. You know, stay safe, stay healthy, and grow your own food. If you have the ability, you have the capability, because why not? I did tell you I was going to get started on a hydroponic setup. I haven't set that up yet, but when I do, I will keep y'all posted. But yeah, thanks for checking in. Catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.